Hi, I am 25 years old and I do not know what to do with my life. I am 24 years old, I am 30, I just turned 35 and I still don't know what to do with my life. The thing is, I have been living on this earth for 25 years now, and I have never ever seen a universal law that says that when we get to a certain age in our lives, if we are not yet accomplished, if we are not yet successful, we are going to be punished. I am a Christian, yeah. I don't know whatsoever you believe in. You may be a Muslim or you may have your own faith, which is cool, and I'm not trying to impose my own religion on anybody. But even in the Bible, I am yet to find a verse or a chapter in the Bible that says that once you get to a certain age and you have not achieved a particular thing for your life, then you would go to hellfire. I had a conversation with my mom, and she made me realize that females in her days, the only pressure that we as women faced was getting married pressure back then. You know, you won't really see feminists and all that back in her days, unlike now, whereby women, it's not just getting married pressure that we face other types of pressure to accomplish and to, you know, achieve certain things. So back in their days, they didn't really care about if a woman was going to go to school and graduate and have her own business or have her own job. The only thing that they actually did care about back then was she getting married and taking care of her home. Right now is different, because right now both male and female, everybody wants to hammer, everybody wants to blow, every single person wants to do well for themselves. Even if you are a man or you are a woman, we all want to do so well, we all want to hammer, we all want to blow, but we don't have the patience. So whenever we start something doing, because we lack the patience to see it grow, because we don't want to wait to see it grow, we start to feel lost and we start to feel like we do not have any direction. Not just any kind of pressure right now, I'm talking about pressure from the society. Now this is the worst kind of pressure that any human being can go through, because right now you are letting strangers control your life. My main concern, the purpose of doing this video is because I have an important question to ask, and that question is, who brought up these standards? Who the hell set these standards for us? Who told us that when we get to the age of 30 we can't make it? Who told us that when we get to the age of 35 there's no hope for us? Who told us that when we get to the age of 42 we can't still get married as ladies? Who told us that when we get to the age of 30 and we don't have our own apartment or we don't have our own car, that we should be looked down on, or people should feel sorry for us? At the age of 28 you are still living in your parents' house, then you are a loser. Who said that at the age of 32 you're still living in your parents' house, then you are a loser? It's like you guys don't know how much rent is, you guys don't know how much electric bills are, like you guys don't know how much electrical bills are, like you guys don't know how much it is to feed by yourself in a week. Like, so I don't understand why you would gather up your life savings and leave your parents' house and get your own apartment, then you come and start suffering at the end of the day because you didn't think about feeding, you didn't think about transport, you didn't think about paying bills and all of that. Like, I feel like if you haven't gotten to the point financially where you can actually stand up and leave your parents' house, I feel like why should you be under so much pressure to leave just because you saw that your mates have already left their own parents' house and you're the only one who is still living with your mom? It is not a bad thing to live with your mom. These are the standards that are putting pressure on a whole lot of youths nowadays. These are the standards. Go and talk to a 35-year-old man who has not achieved anything, or who thinks that he has not achieved anything, and his male counterparts have also achieved a whole lot of things. Go and talk to him. You will see the depression in his eyes, because he feels like he hasn't gotten anywhere, or he hasn't done anything with his life, and he hasn't achieved anything. So there's a particular Gen Z that I follow on Instagram. I'm sorry if I'm using the word Gen Z, and this is not to even bring down anyone or anything anything, but I'm just trying to prove a point here. So there's a particular girl, I think she's around 17 or 18, I don't know, I can't really remember her age, but I follow her on Instagram. So she does this Q&A from time to time. So she does this ask me questions and all of that, and apparently she's actually successful amongst her peers. Like, to her peers, she's actually successful. Like, she has achieved a level of success and all because her following is high. You know, she's an influencer, she gets jobs, you pay her to advertise things for you, and she does it well. So to her peers, she's successful, okay, according to them. Yeah. So I follow her, and she does this Q&A from time to time, and I read the questions that her peers are asking her. And when I read these questions, I'm like, how is this your main focus at this age? Like, what is happening to our generation, and what is happening to the generation that is coming after us? Like, you see questions like, I am 16 years old and I feel like everybody is running and I'm the only one crawling. I feel like my life is too slow. I feel like I've not achieved a whole lot of things at age 16. Make it make sense. You know, there's nothing wrong with you planning your life and, you know, setting out goals and saying that at the age of 19 you want to have finished high school or you want to have finished college. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, okay? I was 70 years old. I said to myself that I was going to get married at age 24. Look at me now. But it becomes wrong when you start putting yourself under unnecessary pressure at that particular age. Pressure that should not even meet you at all. Why and how are you feeling that kind of way? It becomes abnormal when you let certain type of pressure to get to you at that particular age. And because you see your mates who are like 17, who are 18 on Instagram buying flashy cars, having their own apartment at age 19, you know, getting free things from brands and all, so you just feel pressured because you're like, I also need to do these things. Now that pressure would make you to start hearing stories like 20-year-old went to go and do money rituals, 20-year-old killing their roommates just to make money. You know, when I read all these things on certain blogs like Insta blog and, you know, not when you read appalling things like he sacrificed his roommates for money, and you now realize that the person that they're talking about is actually 20-year-old or is 19-year-old. You guys have seen things like that, because I know that I've seen things like that on Instablog many times, whereby they raped a particular girl, and at the end of the day they cut all her private parts and they use it for money rituals, and they got caught. And when you see the ages of these young people, they're like 17, they're like 18, they're like 19, they're like 20, and you'll be wondering that what is wrong with us? When did humanity get to this point? Like, when did we human beings, when did we get to the point whereby we're letting the standards that was set by other humans to influence us and to affect us as humans? Everybody feels like once you reach 30 and you don't have your own car, you don't have your own apartment, you're still living with your parents, you don't have a good 9-to-5 job, you don't have a good business, every single person just believes that you are a loser. And in my mind, I'm like, who set these standards? Find me the person that sets these standards, because I don't seem to understand it anymore. I don't. I only just discovered my purpose last year. Yeah, last year. And when you look at me, it seems like I've had it all figured out a long time ago. But you guys will know that I was 24, which was last year, when I discovered why I was put on this planet by God. Like I said, I'm a Christian, but whatsoever you believe in, that's fine. But as for me, every Christian out there has their own purpose. So I only just discovered that last year. It took me 24 years to discover that. Alright, let's talk about when you get out of college. To me, this is like the saddest part of everybody's life. I don't know about you, but me, when I got out of college, I was a mess. I was confused AF. I didn't know what to do with my life at all. If not for the fact that I had already started doing business like a year before I got out of college, I would have been a complete mess. I was still a mess, but I was not a complete one. There's a difference. When I got out of college, I was still a mess because I kept on thinking that, will I be able to survive from this business alone, doing just this business alone? Will I be able to survive and all? So I was still a mess. But imagine if I didn't have that business at all, I would have been a complete mess. So now coming out of college is like that's why I said the saddest part, because that is when you don't know what you want to do. That is when you realize that everything you studied in the university, you actually don't like it and you actually don't want to use it to work. And also remember that not every single person is equipped for business. Not every single person is equipped for being a businesswoman or being a businessman or doing a particular business. Not every single person wants to be an entrepreneur. There are some people that want to do 9-to-5 jobs, and yet you come out from college and your country is not giving you the opportunity to do 9-to-5 job just because you don't have 88 years of experience and because you didn't graduate with a first class or a second class upper. Even second class uppers nowadays are not even getting jobs. So what exactly do they want us to do with our lives? I blocked the noise. I blocked every noise in my life. And when I mean noise, I mean distraction. So if you are following a certain kind of person on Instagram that is always applying pressure, you know, makes you feel anxious, makes you feel nervous, makes you feel like you haven't made it in life, you know, makes you feel some certain type of way, then block the person. It is a distraction. Now, like I said, emphasis on makes you feel, because I could be doing my thing, I could be living my life, I could be enjoying my lifestyle, you know, I could be entering flashy cars and making videos and, you know, balling, and you yourself, the viewer of my story, you're getting agitated, you're getting angry, you're getting envious, you're getting sad. Now, it is not my fault that you feel that way. All I can say is that for the sake of your own mental health, you block me. But it doesn't mean that I myself am now going to come and change because I'm trying not to make you feel a certain kind of way. If you can't handle my lifestyle, or you can't handle someone else's lifestyle, the way the person lives their life, and it's just making you really furious, making you angry, then I suggest you block the person just to help your own mental health. If you have a friend who is constantly reminding you of your weaknesses, who never supports you, who would not encourage you, who would never want to share how he or she is making it, a friend who likes to hoard all the information or every knowledge that they get, if you have that kind of friend in your life, like you see that your friend is doing well and you come to your friend and like, can you tell me how you're achieving this? Tell me how you're able to make this kind of videos. Tell me how you're able to do certain things. And you realize that the person is not willing to share and all that. The person just keeps discouraging you and all that. Let the person go. If you have a family member who is constantly comparing you to your siblings, look at your elder brother. He has made it in life. Have you? Look at your elder brother. See what he has accomplished. Look at your younger brother. Why are you the only child that have not gotten money yet? Why are you the only child that is still living in my house? Why are you the only child that say, let that person go? Learn to block the noise, learn to block the distractions. And that is exactly what I did. Secondly, I need you to realize that you can make it at any damn age. 30, 35, 36, 37, 40, 48. Stop giving room for the society to pressure you. Stop it. If you used to do it, stop it. Me, I feel like the only reason why we should even be rushing to attain a certain level of success, the only reason we shouldn't be rushing is because we're going to get old one day, and you don't expect me at the age of 90 or at the age of 80 to come and start, you know, trying to hustle, trying to start a business. You don't expect me at that age. I'm going to be weak because of, you know, old age and all. I feel like that should be the only reason why you should be rushing to succeed. When you hear people say that your 20s are the time when you should experiment, they're actually not lying. What are you scared of? Tell me in the comment section, what are you scared of? What is your biggest fear when it comes to trying out new things? Like, what is your biggest fear? I feel like the only thing that you should be scared of when it comes to trying out new things is, what if it doesn't work out? For crying out loud, you guys know that I've had 2 failed businesses that didn't work out. Okay, So I didn't die, I'm still here. We have to stop making these excuses, and these are the excuses we make when it comes to trying out new things. We're scared. What if it doesn't work out? But do you guys know that something has to work out, because you're following the natural law? You're even following the biblical law, which says that you reap what you sow. So whatsoever you keep sowing, you have to reap it. The only problem is that some people's journey, it takes a very long time before you start reaping those things that you sow, and someone else's journey, it takes like this. Immediately you sow it, you start to reap. And that is why we have to learn how to, be patient, because people's journeys are different. Do you guys know the number of I want to be a YouTuber that I have gotten in my DMs? I keep hearing the same excuses from every single person that would reach out to me via DM, and they will say, I want to be a YouTuber, but I don't have the equipment, I don't have the fancy cameras, I don't have the fancy backgrounds, the fancy backdrops and all. I don't know where to start from. I want to be a YouTuber. The only phone I don't even have a good iPhone. The only phone I have is like a very small Android, and the quality of the phone would not be as dope as somebody that uses an iPhone. So I don't know where to even start from. But you know how to buy 50k worth of hair, 100k worth of hair. I feel like if you can save your money to buy hair, you can save your money to buy clothes or to buy bags, you should be able to save your money to buy a good phone that would make you to start a YouTube channel. So we have got to stop making excuses. I stopped making excuses, guys. You have to stop making excuses. Next way to stop feeling lost is for you to count your blessings. This is very, very underrated, because most times, instead of you focusing on what you have, you tend to focus on what you don't have or what you are yet to have. So you start to feel lost, and you start to feel depressed, or you start to get anxiety. You have to stop looking at how far you need to go and start looking at how far you have come. Today I want to open a very, very huge store, a very large store, just like Sephora, even bigger than Sephora, so where I can sell all my perfumes, sell my skincare line, sell my makeup line in one store. And it's not just be in Nigeria. I plan on making it all over the world. To achieve this goal, it's going to take me roughly around 7 to 10 years kind of ish, and if it's less, by God's grace, that it's just God that that made me achieve that kind of goal in 4 years or in 3 years or in 5 years. But I know that to achieve that kind of goal, I have to do the work, and I know it's going to take time. Now, if I'm feeling pressured to do all of that I know that I'm supposed to achieve later on, if I'm feeling so much pressure to do them now, I'm going to start feeling like a failure. So instead of me to count my blessings and count the things that I have achieved so far, I had a successful launch and people are already buying my product. That is the kind of thing you should be counting. That is blessing number 1. Blessing number 2, I haven't given up yet. You can start a business today and give up tomorrow. Even if it's doing well, you just give up because you're not motivated. The same thing goes for people that just finished college and they still don't know what to do with their lives. I mean, be grateful that you finished college and your mental health is in check. Do you guys know that people run mad in school? I finished from Obafemi Awolowo University, U.A.E. Guys, I know I can count number of people that ran mad during exam. They were not in my department, of course, but they were somewhere in my faculty, and you hear news from other faculties. People were just running mad. I mean, and you graduated from college, your mental health is in check. You have to start from there and be grateful for that before you come and start thinking of, okay, now I'm done. What the hell am I going to do with my life? Lastly, stop comparing yourself with your peers. Not every single person has their shit together. We are just really good at covering it up. Every single person you see on internet, not everybody is fine. I know it's hard, I know it's difficult. You graduated together and this one is already a millionaire and you're still a thousandaire and all of that. It could be very, very difficult, but I need you to understand that people's journeys are just different. I don't know how to overemphasize this, but people's journeys are just different. I need you to know that when God was creating you, He was not creating me at that same point. Like, I don't know how to make people understand that the way God created you is different from the way He created me. What did they name you? They named you something else. I mean, so why would you be expecting your journey to be like my own journey? Like, I can never understand when this happens with people. Instead of you comparing yourself with your peers, compare yourself with yourself. Compare yourself with how you were last year. Instead of you comparing yourself with Sister A, compare yourself with how you were last year. Compare yourself with how you were 2 years ago. Okay, 2 years ago, I could not afford Uber. All of a sudden, this year, I can afford Uber. Wow. That is rich. That is how you should be thinking, guys. Honestly, 2 years ago, I could not afford takeout. I used to buy food by my... I used to cook in the house because I could not afford to go to a restaurant and eat. But now I eat out every day. That is how you should be thinking. You shift your mind away from your own purpose and you start to look at your friend's purpose. You start to compete with your friend's purpose instead of you to be focused on your own purpose. This is the reason why most times we always feel lost when it comes to our careers or when it comes to, you know, life itself. So before I go, I want to leave you with a particular practice. This is what I do. I want you to get a journal, all right, and in that journal I want you to write down your blessings. Write down everything that you have achieved, no matter how little it is. Write it down. I also want you to write down your talents, what you enjoy doing, your habits, what it is that you enjoy to do. Do you relax, figure out what you want to do, and even while you're trying to figure it out and it's still not coming, don't beat yourself up, don't feel pressure, still relax, calm down, it would come. I hope this video has been super helpful to everyone that is watching it right now. I just realized that I didn't introduce myself in the beginning of this video, but hi, my name is U.A.E, and please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.